If you're new to this game or you're just looking to get to that next level and you struggle hitting those high fastballs, those in sinkers, well, you've come to the right place, okay? I'm gonna show you how you can get to that level where you're just shitting on all of your friends. Like, I got some friends. Eric, this video is for you. I'm making this video for you. So we're gonna help them out, and we're gonna help all you guys out who are new to this game, which I know it's a really hard game. If you're coming from like Madden or 2K, this game takes a lot more input and skill. Obviously, there's that like luck and stuff, but it definitely takes a lot of skill, and you actually have to practice. There's certain ways to practice that will help you more than others, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to show you, and I'm not gonna waste your guys' time, so let's go ahead and just get into it. I'm gonna show you guys the best settings. There's not really the best settings, but I'm gonna go over the custom practice and show you guys how to set that up, where you can just sit back and just hit the stuff you struggle with. It hasn't always been where you can customize it like you can now. And then there's one more thing at the end of the video I'm going to show you. It's a fun little mini game, and it helps you practice a lot with laying off balls and just working counts and getting good hits. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to show you guys the settings I would use. Alright guys, so here are the settings. We're just going to go through them really fast. Alright, hitting difficulty. If you're new to the game, I would start on All-Star. Never do a practice with like beginner or some shit on. You're not going to be ready for when you go in a rank, because when you start out on ranked, I'm pretty sure it might start at veteran, but I think it starts at all-star. So just start on all-star if you're new to the game, and then work your way up. It's the best way to practice because it gets you ready for those games, so you're not as, the fastballs aren't as fast, they don't feel as fast at least, and you'll be more early instead of late on those fastballs. Hitting view, I like to switch this up a lot. I'll give you some that you can use, try out. Strike zone high, I've been using for like the past day. Strike zone, I wouldn't use strike zone 30. Strike zone 2, a lot of good players use, and strike zone. I would choose between one of those three. Just keep trying them out, see which one you like. In play view offense, I would set that to high because it gives you the best angle, I feel like. And you can tell whether to, you know, if you think you can tag, if you think someone's gonna land because you've got that high angle. Definitely go high or medium. High is probably the way to go. Hitting interface, you have to have it on zone. All the other ones, like I've never even used them, but zone is the best one. Zone is the one that has that PCI, and you just move it around and hit the ball. Input type buttons. Some like sweats use analog. Just don't use buttons. It's the best way to go. PCI anchor, I would put this on, and I'll show you guys what that is once we go into the practice, but just put it on for now. And also make sure you have the plate coverage indicator, the PCI on, obviously. PCI center, you can pretty much do anything you want with the center. Something like circles and diamonds is probably what I would go with. I use circles. PCI enter, starfighter is good. Wedge, some people like to use because it looks more like a bat. Basic is also alright. There's really any one of these, except for fishbowl. Fishbowl is kind of terrible, I'm not even gonna lie. And again, a lot of these settings just have to do with what you're comfortable with. So just, if you're new, just put some of these on, change it up, go into a practice and see what you like. If you're ever in a slump, go in these settings and change something up. I mean, that happens to everybody. Even the super top players, you'll see them change a bunch of their settings just because sometimes just switching something up can make you see it different and feel different. It's just, mostly it's placebo, but PCI outer, I would go none. You can see some people have this with the little outer part, but it's definitely, you don't need to have that on. I wouldn't have it on. Put that on now. PCI color, I would go yellow because yellow is the easiest to see with your eye. I don't know. Yellow's just the best color. Again, it doesn't really matter. I would go yellow. Transparency, this is something I've also changed a lot. I have it at 80 right now. Sometimes I like to go 70 and 60 to get it down a little bit because I don't like it. Like, if I have the anchor on the picture right where his release point is, it kind of messes me up when it covers them. I don't know. I would put it on 80. PCI fade out, just go outer. That, I guess it just means it goes away before they pitch. So I don't even use an outer, so it doesn't really matter. So now that we've gone through the settings, let's go ahead and you're gonna go down to the bottom. Once you go to the main menu, just go to the bottom of the screen and go to learn to play custom practice. Now this is something that you could spend most of your time practicing in here instead of just playing games to practice. Playing games also gets you more, you know, if you play more games, you're going to be better. But if you just want to work on hitting, this is the best way to go. So you can use any team you want. I like to go with the Phillies just because I'm a Phillies fan. And you can have any pitcher you want from any team. So let's say you want to hit against DeGrom because he's kind of OP. So we got the Mets and the Phillies. So just go ahead and go to a game. We are going to go to a stadium that we like to play at, like Ship It. It's just a really basic stadium you can go and hit. If it gives you the settings to change your home field, I would always go October and like 4 p.m., maybe like overcast, just so you don't have that, you know, the sun being on the batter's eye and it makes it really hard to see. This is probably the best time you can go. So now you're in the practice, go ahead and press options and you'll see practice type. And this is also how you change if you load it into pitching, you could go to batting. So we're gonna go to batting and you can pick which batter you want. I'm gonna go Bryce Harper. And you can also pick which pitcher you want. In this case, most people would probably go, actually, dude, they don't even have DeGrom on here because he's injured, I guess, or Scherzer. So I don't even know. We'll just do this guy, I guess. So you can see they have pitch request. So you can literally pick which pitches you want coming at you. It used to be how you would load into one of these and they would just throw you whatever. Now you can pick exactly what you want to practice. And down at the bottom left, you can pick which areas of the strike zone you want him to throw it at. If you keep it like this, he could throw balls or anything. But you can pick, you can pick the whole thing. This means you'll just throw strikes. Let's say we were struggling with up and in fastballs, which a lot of players do struggle with, including me. We'll pick these, the very top right and the middle right corner, and you can just have fastballs on them. So then he'll only throw me fastballs in these areas right here. And when you're practicing it, don't sit on it really. You want to get used to the movement. Jesus, I'm sucking right now. I haven't warmed up today at all. You want to keep it in the middle and practice that movement of going over there, You want to act like you don't know what's coming, which is kind of hard. Whew. And this is also where the difficulty comes in play. So this is a really bad pitcher, so my PCI is really big. So we're going to go up to legend. But even if you're new to the game, try it on All-Star. Once you kind of get it down, go to Hall of Fame. And if you really want to get some good reps in, you can go all the way to legend. So apply changes. Now you see how small the PCI is? It would be even smaller if there was actually a good pitcher up. So I'm going to go over the anchor thing we were talking about earlier. So if you hold down L3 right here, you see these dots? You can hold down L3 and move it to any spot. Let's say I sucked it up and in fastballs. I can move my PCI all the way up here. And from there, my PCI, I can have my hands off the controller. And the PCI will start from there. There's just something new this year that we didn't have last year. I don't use it that much. Sometimes I use it. But you can really take advantage of it. Because if you're sitting up and in, you don't have to move up there if you're really struggling with it. I don't really use this though. I like to just start from the middle and just kind of react to it. Well, if he's pitching you only fastballs, and once you get like the hang of it and you're just crushing them, you don't want to keep on that, because you're not going to be ready for, like, when you go into a game, there's going to be off speed, and you're going to be just, if you're sitting fastball every time, you're going to look silly. So what I like to do is put something on, like a slider. We'll just put all the spots, okay, because that's how it would be, I guess. So now there's a four seam and a slider, and it's just random. And you can work on trying to tell the difference between the two, which takes a lot of practice. Another really hard thing to do in this game, well, let's just say you're bad at hitting lefty-lefty, which is pretty hard to do. So you could, switch a pitcher, find a lefty, this random dude. They like to pitch you in here a lot, so you can put like a sinker and a fastball. You can do anything you want. Just go in here, play some games, learn what you struggle with, and come in here and just set it up to work on identifying that and just moving your PCI and hitting. So now we can have a lefty-lefty. Pitch us inside. Again, don't want to like cheat on it. You want to sit in the middle and act like you're reacting to it. That's how it's going to get you that muscle memory. If you guys really want to invest in getting good at this game, one thing I would recommend is getting a control freak. Okay, and chances are you probably have one of these. I think if you play a PlayStation a lot, chances are you have one. This one's pretty high. This is the Infernos I like to use, and pretty much it makes it so your movements are more precise. Because in this game, you don't want like crazy movements because you're not going to be as accurate. You want precise movements with your PCI. And if you want to invest even more, go ahead and buy yourself a monitor, because if you have a big TV One, I think it's just harder to see off a big TV, and the response time isn't as good. You're not going to be getting the same feedback as a player that has a really good monitor. So that gives you a little bit of an advantage. So I think that's pretty much it with the practice. Again, just do whatever you want to do with this. Try out different settings. Let me go ahead and show you guys that game mode I was talking about. So back at the main menu, you're going to go to quick play, and it's challenge of the week. So you're going to be batting. Just go ahead and start it. And you see people, my high score is 246,000, and people have gotten like 15 million, okay? So the point of this, you can try to get to 15 million, but I'm gonna show you why this is such a good practice. So you're just gonna be hitting, but you start off on rookie difficulty, okay? But you see in the top right, you have strikes and outs. It's like getting live reps. It's just like a normal game. If you have 3 strikes, you get an out, 3 outs, you're done. It's a perfect way to practice because you're just trying to make contact with the ball. And every 3 hits, you go up a difficulty. Watch, see, it's a rookie right now. It'll switch to veteran. It helps you practice with different difficulties as you go on, which I like. But he hasn't thrown a ball yet, but I'll show you. See, it helps you just actually get good at bats in because you don't want to swing at balls. Because every time you sit or lay off a ball, that you see that multiplier +2, that's what you really, if you're just playing to get a good score, you want that multiplier up. So don't swing at balls, and I just swung at a ball. So this is a great way to just sit back, you know, if you don't really want to play another game. Okay, now we're up to All-Star. You see that? The multiplier is at 17. That's a ball. Gets you a multiplier bonus. How the scoring works, you'll see the distance. It multiplies the distance times the multiplier, and that's how many points you get. So the greater the distance, but you also want to get that multiplier up. So that's why you don't swing at balls. And it's a great way to get better and test your eye. It's kind of easy right now because it's on All-Star. But eventually you're going to get up to Legend if you keep going. And I have 2 strikes right now. And you try to hit it in play. Because it's just the same as a normal game. Foul balls or strikes. Any strikeout, you get an out. And you just restart from rookie. And once you get 3 outs, it's over. All right, that is okay. Now we're on Legend, which his PCI is still pretty big for being on Legend, but the balls get faster, your PCI gets smaller, so it's just a great way to practice those higher difficulties, so you'll be better in game. Damn, I just got caught looking, so I'm just gonna exit out. I don't want to play the whole thing, but yeah, see, that was 1 out. So you just keep going until you get 3 outs. It's really fun. I love just sitting back and playing it if I'm just bored. So that's going to do it for my hitting tips video. I hope this helps you guys because, you know, I've learned this from other people, these ways of practicing, and it's actually really helped me. I've only been playing the game for about a year, and how much I've improved has been insane. If you really want to get better at this game, do these. Trust me. And you're going to have to grind. That's what makes it different about Madden and 2K, which I love. I love it though. You actually have to get those reps in and practice, and eventually you'll be smacking your friends. You'll be in World Series. You'll probably be making videos about hitting tips. I was there too. So yeah, I know it can be very discouraging sometimes when you have like a 100 average and are 2-30 and ranked, but trust me, everyone's been there. Just go ahead and practice and you'll get up there, trust me. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Again, I hope this helped you guys. And I've been posting No Money Spent videos. I know it's been kind of slacking, so go ahead and check those out. I'll put them on the screen somewhere. And yeah, go ahead and subscribe and drop a like. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.